So one of the issues I have with my 2019 Royal Enfield Himalayan is that if you keep it, if you don't ride it like maybe once a week for like 20 miles, inevitably the battery will die on you. So I finally ended up using an SAE connector, which I hooked up to the battery, and that's what I use to charge my battery when it's dead. Usually it takes just about maybe an hour, 2 hours, and then I'm good to go. This happens more often when the weather starts getting colder compared to when it's warm. And it's actually a good size battery, but I guess it's not geared for the kind of riding that people do here in the United States. So many people are swapping out the battery. Just a word of caution, if you're thinking about getting, I believe they call it lithium batteries, those don't do very well in cold weather. So if you're in Florida, Texas, Arizona, all those warm areas, California, Southern California, then you are in good hands. But that would work for you. But if you are in colder areas, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Dakota, probably Washington State, Montana, all those areas, Chicago, Illinois, then you might have some issues if you get a battery, if you maintain your stock battery and you don't ride as often. The other thing I want to talk about is when it gets hot, and because I try to pack with either half a tank or a little bit above half a tank full, then you get some kind of like fuel leaking. As you can see, this area looks wetted. It wasn't like that before. So I'm not really sure what's leaking there. If it's oil, it looks like it's oil actually, as you can see. And I'm not also very sure about the origin. If anybody has been able to figure this out, please do share. I'll be very indebted to you if you could share your wisdom. So I really don't know where that's coming from. If I ride every day, it doesn't show up. If I have the bike parked a couple of days, then I show up and I find everything looks wetted. So maybe my next thing I have to do is probably try this little bolt there and make sure everything is secure all around the case. What I found out was on the head, on the other side, everything wasn't tight down, wasn't torqued down correctly, right there and there. So I had to torque those down just a little bit more to have everything snug. Well, before I continue rambling, I think I should go ahead and get my saddles on and hose down the bike before I go for a quick ride. Catch you guys at the pressure washer. As you can see, I am hosing down the bike very carefully. Even though it may seem like the water has such a high pressure, I would say that this particular pressure washer doesn't pump out water at such a high pressure. And also the water is not heated, so it's actually quite cool to the touch. So the cool water and then combined with the lower pressure ensures that the grease and greasable elements of the bike don't have all the grease washed off. At some point you will notice I will go towards the back and I will clean up the back wheel. That's because the rollers on the chain on this bike actually have seals on them, and that's designed to keep the grease inside. As you can see, my area here is a little bit it has a lot of dirt roads, and when I ride on those, if I have any grease on the chain or other body parts that are exposed, that turns into a magnet and it attracts a lot of the dust. And these things, I can assure you, they feel almost like I would say very sharpened gravel, and that's not good for the components. So I try to just hose off any extra grease that may be laying, may be exposed to the elements and might serve as a magnet for the gravel chips and pieces. All right, enjoy the rest of the video, and I must say how much I really enjoy my Royal Enfield Himalayan. It's a great bike. Don't be fooled by the 411cc engine. You will have a lot of fun on this bike, just like people who have the Honda Grom or the Honda Monkey derive a lot of pleasure riding their bikes. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.